Hi everyone, my name is Elizabeth Dworkin and welcome to the tiny second bedroom in my apartment, also known as my studio, where I do food photography. So some of the most popular photos on my Instagram feed are my fruit and vegetables still life. And today I wanted to walk you through exactly how I do those and how I'm able to achieve the results of images like these blueberry photos or these pears, this heirloom tomato. All of these photos are set up identically, and I want to be able to show you exactly how I do that, how I achieve that result, and how you guys can also do the same thing. So let's head on over and I will show you how to do that. So what we have here is a simple one light setup. This is the same setup that I use for all of those pictures that you guys just saw a minute ago. So those cherry pictures, the blueberry pictures, a cupcake picture. And today, this is actually almost a replica of the heirloom tomato photo that I took. Each of these setups uses just one light. So it is a large strip box with a honeycomb grid, and that is detachable. And some form of bounce card, whether it's this large presentation paper or cardboard, or if it's just a smaller piece of foam core. So the composition of the photos could change. So the angle that I'm shooting the camera, or maybe the fruit is in a bowl, but it's always going to be this strip box or a large strip soft box that I'm using, and then I'm adding that that honeycomb grid to make things a bit moodier. So what I want to talk about is the positioning of this strip box, because that's actually what's key for me to get the photos that you guys end up seeing. So the only difference, so let me say really quickly, is sometimes these two might be reversed. So depending on what side the light is coming from and what side I position the fruit on, these might be opposite, but it's still identical. And what's really important here is how the strip box is up high over the fruit. So your fruit's here, this strip box is coming up and over the fruit, and a lot of the times I also wrap it around more forward, and I can sometimes pull it up a little bit like this. So it really just depends on how you want the angle of your food to be, or the angle of your shadows and where you want the light to fall. So when I shot this peach, I was using my 100mm macro lens, and I was photo stacking the picture. So for those of you guys who don't know what photo stacking is, basically I'm taking an aperture of somewhere between, let's say, 2.8 and 5.6, and I'm continuously resetting focus manually and taking other photos, and then I'm going into Photoshop and I'm combining them. Now, you don't have to get this look and photo stack. You can alter the settings of what your aperture and ISO and shutter speed is, and what the speed of your speed light or your flash is. For me, I found a sweet spot between the 2.8 and 5.6 aperture, and then also for the speed light, I found that same sweet spot to make sure that I don't blow out the front of the fruit, but get a nice shadow and a nice, so nothing's underexposed or overexposed. Normally it's going to be at a 50mm zoom, and then it's going to be at either 1/16 or 1/32 speed. So that's kind of that sweet spot for me. And again, if you're not using a flash or you don't know how to photo stack, you can make some changes by moving this forward or back, and continuing to change, the settings for how powerful the light will actually be. So to make sure that I'm able to get the light the way I want it, it's really important that this comes up high and over, and also so that it's somewhat more forward than the fruit. And that's because when the strip box is brought more forward, it's actually going to take the light and wrap it around slightly where the fruit is, or where the bowl is, or whatever you're taking a photo of that is similar to this, or whatever the subject is. So if I were to pull it back and maybe even lift this, suddenly what's going to happen is I'm going to get a little bit of light right here, and then everything's going to fall right off, and I'm not going to get any of that light. I mean, forget about this box right now, the very first thing is to set the light and then set that bounce card. So in order to get the look that you want, or to get the look of these photos, you really want to make sure this is brought up a little bit higher and that it's brought a little bit forward to make sure the light wraps around. So that is exactly how it's set up. If you're playing with it and you're not getting the exact angle that you want, or you're not getting you're not getting the light where you want or the shadow where you want, you can totally make changes. You know, you can put this right over on top, on the side, and let the shadow fall horizontally. You can come from behind and you can let the shadow be a diagonal. So either way it works, but it's about making sure that this is coming slightly over the fruit and slightly forward so the light wraps around. However, with this type of setup, it gets really, the shadows will become underexposed on this side, and that's where this bounce card comes in. So you just have to find that right exposure. If it's too close, it's going to get really bright. If it's too far away, it's really dark. So just finding that nice medium of where you want that white bounce card to be. And that's it. That's the entire setup. It works really, it's really easy to put together. It's a go-to for me. It's something I know you guys all like, which is why I wanted to show it to you. So that's it. A simple one light setup. If you like what you see here and you guys want to learn more, please subscribe below, leave comments, let me know what I can help you do to master food photography. Bye.